The galaxy had long forgotten Earth. Most of the stars and planets bore no memory of the blue planet that had once been alive with life. The Galactic Council had declared it destroyed 3,000 years ago, and no one questioned their records. Ancient archives in the Council's capital showed Earth as nothing but a barren rock, wiped out by the combined fleets of the Council's strongest races. For them, humanity had been a mistake, an early threat that had to be removed before it could grow too powerful. In the capital, the council members spoke freely about the humans. They laughed at old stories, mocking the primitive weapons and small ships humans had once used. "They were fragile," said one member, a tall creature with scales and many eyes. "Tiny ships, no armor, no real firepower, and yet they thought they could challenge us." "They were foolish," said another, a being with 4 arms and a soft blue glow on its skin. "Primitive creatures easily erased, good riddance." They did not know that humans still existed. They did not know that far away, hidden behind layers of cloaking and shields, the human race had survived. On a distant, secret world, humans had built cities underground and in the sky, and they had hidden their ships in deep orbit. Time had not been kind in some ways, but it had also made humanity stronger, smarter, and more united. Liam Carter stood on the observation deck of the Human Command Center. The room was quiet except for the soft hum of energy fields and engines. He was tall, with broad shoulders, and his brown hair was cut short. His eyes, dark and steady, scanned the stars that stretched before him. Thousands of lights blinked in the distance. Each one represented a system controlled by the Galactic Council. Each one represented a target. Behind him, Clara Hayes worked at a console. Her fingers moved quickly, pressing buttons, adjusting controls, and checking data. She was not just an engineer, she was a genius at taking alien technology and making it work for humans. She paused for a moment, looking up at Liam. "The scouts report no patrols nearby," she said. "We can move the frigates out of hiding tonight. The council won't even know they're gone until it's too late." Liam nodded. "Good, keep the engines warm. We strike fast, hit weak points, and retreat before they can respond. This is only the beginning." Ethan Brooks entered the room. He was shorter than Liam, wiry and quick, with a sharp gaze. He had spent most of his life scouting unknown planets and testing council defenses. He leaned against the console, smiling slightly. "You know, they still think we're gone," Ethan said. "Every patrol, every archive, they celebrate our extinction. Some of them even joke about how easy it would be to finish the job, if they only knew." "They don't need to know yet," Liam replied. "Patience is our weapon as well. 3,000 years of waiting, planning, and hiding has taught us one thing: the right moment changes everything." The command center was alive with activity. Ships of all sizes, from small scout vessels to massive warships, were ready for deployment. They had been in hiding for generations, waiting for this day. Every human alive had been trained for this moment, every mind prepared to face the creatures that had once thought them weak and unworthy. Liam moved to a large holographic display. Stars, planets, and council bases floated in blue light above the table. He traced his finger along one of the systems, pointing to a minor supply hub orbiting a small gas giant. "This one is easy," he said. "The patrols are light, and it's mostly storage and refueling. We take it quickly, leave no trace, and send a message. Let them hear the humans are back without seeing the full force yet." Clara frowned slightly. "It's still risky. Even small patrols can detect us if we make a mistake." "We won't make a mistake," Liam said firmly. "We've trained for this. We've waited 3,000 years. One misstep is not an option." Ethan leaned closer to the hologram. "I'll lead the scouting team. We'll make sure the approach is clear. You focus on the attack ships and weapons, Clara. Make sure everything works as expected." Clara nodded and returned her attention to the controls. Liam looked out at the stars again, feeling the weight of their mission. For 3,000 years, humans had lived in secrecy. They had watched as the Galactic Council grew arrogant, thinking the galaxy belonged to them. But humans had endured. They had hidden, evolved, and learned. Now the galaxy would remember Earth, not as a weak planet, but as a force to be feared. On the other side of the galaxy, the Council continued its celebrations. News of minor skirmishes with other alien races came in, but humans were never mentioned. Reports of small disturbances in the outer systems were ignored, labeled as local piracy or accidents. The Council did not expect that one day their archives would be wrong. Back on the human world, Liam called a meeting with his senior officers. Around the table sat Ethan, Clara, and a few other leaders who had grown up in the hidden colonies. Maps, star charts, and holographic displays filled the room. "Tonight we begin our campaign," Liam said. "We strike at a weak point, prove that humanity is not dead. The Council will see us soon, and they will realize they made a mistake 3,000 years ago. This is more than revenge. This is a statement. Humanity will no longer be ignored." A murmur of agreement passed around the room. No one spoke of fear, none of them doubted their mission. They had trained for this moment their entire lives. Ethan spoke next. "We'll need to move quickly. The outer systems have sensors, patrols, and communications satellites. We hit one hub and the alarm will go out. We can't stay long. Stealth, speed, and precision are everything." Clara leaned forward. "The hybrid weapons are ready. We've taken the old designs and improved them with what we learned from alien tech. The Council won't recognize them. They'll think it's impossible for humans to have something like this." Liam's eyes gleamed. "Exactly. They will never see us coming." As the hours passed, the human fleet prepared. Ships powered their engines, weapons were calibrated, and shields activated. The hidden world that had been silent for centuries buzzed with quiet energy. Families watched as the fleet departed, knowing their loved ones were taking the first step in a mission that would shake the galaxy. Ethan's scout team launched first. Small, agile ships slipped into the darkness of space, cloaked and nearly invisible. They moved silently, scanning for patrols and detecting any signs of the Council. Every transmission was encrypted, every movement precise. Meanwhile, Liam and Clara oversaw the main fleet. The larger ships remained hidden in orbit until the scouts cleared the path. Holograms displayed every possible scenario, showing attack paths, escape routes, and potential Council responses. Hours turned into a tense wait. The humans knew the Council would not expect anything, but even the smallest mistake could expose them. Finally, the scouts reported back. "Path is clear," Ethan said over the comms. "No patrols detected. Supply hub is vulnerable." Liam nodded. "Good. Prepare for deployment. Weapons ready, engines hot. Remember speed and precision. Strike, make a statement, and return. No heroics." Clara's fingers flew across her console. "All systems nominal, weapons online, shields stable. The Council won't know what hit them." The fleet moved as one. Ships glided through space, silent shadows approaching the gas giant where the Council supply hub waited. It was an old installation, lightly defended and used only for storage and refueling. From the humans' perspective, it was perfect, a target to show their power without revealing their full strength. As they neared the hub, Liam felt a deep sense of pride. For 3,000 years, humans had waited. They had survived when others thought them gone. They had endured hardships, hidden their technology, and trained for this moment. Soon, the Council would know that humanity was alive, and that Earth had not been forgotten. The human ships fanned out, surrounding the hub in silence. The Council's sensors did not detect them until it was too late. With careful precision, the humans launched a coordinated attack. Energy beams cut through space, disabling defensive satellites. Boarding drones infiltrated the station, taking control of key systems. Within minutes, the hub was under human control. Liam's voice came over the comms. "Message sent. The Council will hear about this soon. Prepare for withdrawal. Move quickly." Ethan smiled as he guided the scout ships out of the system. "They won't believe this. They'll think it's a mistake, a glitch, but they'll see soon enough. Humans are back." Clara watched the station glow in human hands. "This is only the start. The Council will regret underestimating us." The fleet returned to hidden space, leaving no trace except the disabled hub and the message that would spread fear across the galaxy. Humanity had struck first, and the Council had no idea it had only begun. Liam looked out at the stars, thinking of the centuries of planning, of hiding, of waiting for this day. Humanity had been erased on paper, forgotten by history, and yet here they were, stronger than ever. 3,000 years, he whispered, and the galaxy will finally remember Earth. For the first time in generations, humans smiled not out of hope, but out of power. They had survived, and now they were ready to claim vengeance. The first strike had been a test, and it had gone perfectly. The Galactic Council did not yet know the full force of humanity. The humans had shown up in one system, taken control of a supply hub, and vanished before the Council's forces could react. To them, it might seem like a minor raid, a glitch in their defenses, but for Liam Carter and his team, it was the opening they had been waiting for. In the hidden world where humans had rebuilt, celebrations were quiet. Families and soldiers knew this was only the start. No one underestimated the Council's reach. The humans had survived for 3,000 years because they had learned patience. Now it was time to move faster, but carefully. Liam stood once more on the observation deck, looking at the stars. Each light represented a system controlled by the Council, each one a chance to strike and show that humans were alive. Clara came up beside him, holding a small tablet that displayed fleet reports. "The scouts returned safely," she said. "No casualties, no damage to our ships. The hub is under our control, and our message has already started to spread." Some of the Council's minor outposts are reporting confusion. Liam nodded. "Good, that's exactly what we want. Confusion and doubt. The Council has spent thousands of years thinking humans were gone. They need to feel the shock of our return." Ethan Brooks entered, leaning casually against a console. "They won't believe it. Even their intelligence reports won't make sense. A single hub, then nothing. They'll think it's a mistake. But when the second strike hits," he let the thought hang in the air. "The second strike needs to be bigger," Liam said. "More ships, more targets. We can't waste time. We need to show them humans are not just surviving. We are strong, clever, and organized." Clara's eyes brightened. "I've been working on modifications for our weapons. The Council thinks their shields make them invincible, but we've discovered weaknesses in their energy fields. We can adapt our attack patterns to bypass them. It will be fast, efficient, and the Council will never expect it." Ethan smiled. "I like the sound of that. They've always assumed humans are weak. They've forgotten that humans can be clever." The fleet began preparation immediately. Larger ships moved into position, engines warmed, and weapons charged. Scouts spread out, mapping the surrounding sectors for patrols, patrol patterns, and sensor blind spots. Humans had learned the art of stealth over thousands of years, and they were masters of moving unseen through the galaxy. Liam called a meeting with the fleet commanders. Around the holographic table, senior officers and strategists watched a three-dimensional display of Council-controlled space. "We strike in 3 waves," Liam said. "The first wave hits supply depots and communications hubs. The second wave hits defensive outposts. The third wave we'll save for them to see last, but it will be the part that proves humans cannot be stopped." Clara nodded. "The hybrid weapons are ready. Energy pulses, rapid-fire projectiles, and stealth drones. We've combined our old designs with alien technology. The Council won't know what hit them until it's too late." Ethan leaned forward. "We also need to use decoys. Make them think it's a small group of humans, not an organized fleet. If they overreact to a single strike, it will work in our favor. Panic spreads faster than facts." Liam's eyes scanned the hologram. "Good. Timing is critical. Each strike must hit its target simultaneously. Communication will be encrypted. We cannot risk exposure." As the fleet moved, humans in their colonies watched quietly. Children, teachers, engineers, and soldiers knew their future rested on these strikes. Unlike the Council, humans were not arrogant. They respected strategy, skill, and teamwork. They had survived for millennia because they had learned to work together, and that unity gave them power. Ethan's scout team moved first, slipping through the dark spaces between stars. They were small ships, almost invisible, but fast and equipped with sensors that could detect even the smallest Council patrols. Each scout carried a small drone that could disable satellites or gather intelligence. "They're going to think we're gone," Ethan said into the comm. "By the time they see us, it will already be too late." Clara activated the fleet's main weapons from the hidden command center. She adjusted shields, recalibrated energy pulses, and prepared the hybrid weapons for deployment. "All systems ready," she reported. "Engage on your mark." Liam took a deep breath. "Mark, launch the second strike." The human fleet moved like shadows, surrounding multiple systems at once. Supply depots, communication arrays, and minor defensive outposts were struck simultaneously. The Council's sensors registered sudden energy fluctuations, but before they could respond, the humans vanished. It was as if ghosts had attacked. In one system, a Council officer called an emergency meeting. "What just happened?" he demanded. "Reports say supply depots have been destroyed. Our satellites were taken offline. How did this happen?" Another officer, older and more cautious, frowned. "Could it be a rogue faction of humans? No, that's impossible. Humans are extinct." "Impossible," the first officer repeated. Yet the evidence is here. Ships we cannot identify, strikes coordinated with precision. It defies logic. Meanwhile, in the hidden world, Liam and his team watch the reports from the scouts. They're panicking, Liam said. Perfect. Panic is useful, but only if we stay one step ahead. Clara leaned over the console. They don't know what they're up against. They think humans are weak. Soon they will see they were wrong. Ethan grinned. They'll start sending fleets. They'll try to respond. That's when our third strike comes. They won't see it coming. For hours, the human fleet moved through the outer systems. They disabled weapons, captured supplies, and sent clear messages. Humans were alive, humans were capable, and humans were ready for revenge. In one station, a group of council scientists and engineers tried to understand what had happened. We've never seen technology like this, one said. The energy patterns don't match anything we know. It's advanced, but in a human way, primitive yet efficient. Primitive, another said. These humans were extinct. How can this be? They are back, the first said quietly, and they are smarter than we imagined. Back in the command center, Liam studied the holograms of the attacks. Good work, he said. No major losses, no exposure. The council has no idea where we are. This is exactly how it should be. We are showing them we exist without revealing everything. Clara smiled. Every system we hit spreads fear. Every message, every sighting of a human strike team adds to their confusion. They will not expect the full fleet to appear, and when it does, yes, Liam said, they will understand that humans are not gone. They will see that we are here and we are strong. Ethan leaned back in his chair. Do you remember what the council said about humans before Earth was destroyed? How fragile, how weak. They called us foolish and small. I think they'll eat those words soon. Liam nodded. They underestimated humans for the last time. For 3,000 years, we've prepared. Every strike, every calculation, every ship built has led to this moment. They will regret ever believing we were gone. The night passed quietly on the hidden human world. Families slept, soldiers rested, and the fleet returned safely to orbit. Every strike had been a success. No one was lost, no ship damaged beyond repair, and the council's panic had begun. At dawn, Liam called another meeting. The first wave has been a success. They know humans are back, but they do not yet know our strength. We will continue the strikes, but we must be careful. They will send fleets, they will try to fight, and we must be ready. Patience is still our greatest weapon. Clara added, we've learned more about their shields and their systems. Each strike teaches us something new. By the time the council reacts fully, we will be unstoppable. Ethan grinned. I can't wait to see their faces when the third strike hits. They'll think they are safe and then boom, humans. Liam smiled, though his expression was serious. This is more than revenge. This is humanity showing the galaxy that we are not weak, not primitive, and not gone. The council has believed that for 3,000 years. Now they will learn the truth. The humans had waited silently for millennia. They had hidden, trained, and grown stronger. The council thought they had won, but they had forgotten one simple fact. Humans never stay down. Humans fight. Humans survive. And when humans return, they do so with a force that no one can ignore. In the darkness of space, the hidden fleet rested, but the humans did not. Plans were made, weapons prepared, and strategies refined. Every human alive knew their role, and every human understood one truth. The galaxy had forgotten Earth, but Earth had not forgotten the galaxy. The stars stretched endlessly ahead, but the humans saw them not as points of light, but as challenges. Every system was a chance, every patrol a test, every fleet a target. They were ready to reclaim what had been lost, to take vengeance for 3,000 years of pain, and to remind the universe that humanity could never be erased. And so the humans waited. But unlike the council, they waited with purpose, patience, and power. Their next strike would be bigger, smarter, and more devastating. The council had yet to see the full force of humanity, and when they did, the galaxy would never be the same again. The galaxy had begun to notice strange events. Systems once considered safe under the council's control were suddenly reporting attacks. Supply depots vanished, communication hubs went silent, and patrols were destroyed with uncanny precision. The council officers were confused and alarmed. This cannot be humans, one officer said, pacing in the council chamber. His skin was a pale green and his 4 eyes glimmered with worry. Humans have been extinct for 3,000 years. We destroyed their home planet. There should be nothing left. Yet our reports do not lie, another officer said. The strikes are coordinated. Whoever is doing this is intelligent, skilled, and organized. It is like they are preparing for something greater. They cannot be preparing, the first officer snapped. Humans are gone. We made sure of that. Far from the council chamber, Liam Carter watched the reports come in on the human fleet's command screens. They're panicking, he said quietly, a small smile on his face. Perfect. That's exactly how it should be. Clara Hayes adjusted the fleet's shields and recalibrated the hybrid weapons. We've tested their defenses, she said. We know where they are weakest. Every strike we make now is teaching us more about how they fight. By the time they realize the full threat, it will be too late. Ethan Brooks leaned back, arms crossed. They've grown arrogant, he said. 3,000 years of thinking humans are gone, and now the first taste of our fleet has thrown them into confusion. Just wait until the next strike. They won't know what hit them. Liam's voice was calm but firm. We continue exactly as planned. The first strikes were small, meant to confuse and test. Now we strike larger, more systems, more ships, and more visibility. The Council needs to see that humans are not only alive, they are a force they cannot ignore. The human fleet moved in silence, cloaked and hidden, as they approached the next systems. Scouts went ahead, mapping patrols and satellites, finding blind spots, and sending detailed reports back to Liam. Every movement was calculated, every decision deliberate. Humans had spent millennia learning patience and strategy, and it showed in every operation. Clara activated the fleet's weapon systems. Energy pulses are ready, stealth drones are prepared, and our ships are fully charged. We strike simultaneously, hit the supply hubs and defense outposts, and disappear before they can respond. Liam nodded. Do it. Let them see humans are not gone. The fleet moved in waves, striking multiple targets in a single coordinated attack. Supply depots were destroyed, patrols eliminated, and communication hubs hacked. The Council had no idea what was happening. Their strongest fleets were still scattered across the galaxy, unaware that humans had returned, organized, and prepared. In one Council system, alarms blared. Officers scrambled to response stations. What is happening? One yelled. Our depots are being destroyed. Our communication arrays are offline. Who is doing this? Another officer shook his head. It cannot be humans. They do not exist. We destroyed them 3,000 years ago. They are clever, a third officer said quietly. This is not random. Every strike is coordinated. Whoever is attacking knows our systems, our weaknesses. This is more than a raid. This is strategy. Meanwhile, on the hidden human world, Liam studied the data flowing in from the fleet. They are panicking, he said. They will start to react irrationally. That is when we show them just how strong we are, Ethan smirked. They'll send fleets thinking they can stop us, but by the time they understand, it will be too late. Clara leaned over the console. I've modified the hybrid weapons for maximum impact. They will see things they've never seen before. Energy pulses, projectiles, stealth drones, everything combined in one attack. The Council will not know what hit them. The fleet continued its attacks, striking with precision. In each system, humans disabled defensive satellites, destroyed outposts, and sent messages warning that humans were back. The Council was in shock. Their strongest officers and scientists could not understand what was happening. They are everywhere, one officer said in disbelief. How is this possible? Humans cannot exist, yet they are attacking us with skill and intelligence beyond what we imagined. Back with the human fleet, Liam and his team watched carefully. We strike, but we do not reveal everything yet, Liam said. Patience, let them feel fear, but do not let them know the full power of humanity. Hours passed as the fleet moved through Council-controlled space. Each strike was precise, coordinated, and devastating. Minor fleets sent to intercept humans were destroyed before they could reach the targets. Council officers grew desperate, sending messages across sectors, trying to warn other systems. Ethan leaned back in his chair, smiling. They are starting to panic. Orders are conflicting, fleets are scattered. They do not know where we are or how many ships we have. This is perfect. Clara's eyes glimmered with excitement. They will underestimate us at every turn. That is when humans strike the hardest. The Council believes we are weak. They think we are extinct. They are about to learn they were wrong. In one Council capital, a general banged his clawed fists on the table. Send reinforcements, destroy the humans, protect the systems. His advisors shook their heads. We do not know where they are. Every fleet we send is destroyed or misdirected. The humans are clever, too clever. This is not like any enemy we have faced. They must be destroyed, the general shouted. They are a threat to the council. They cannot exist. We will find them and destroy them. Meanwhile, Liam watched the holographic displays of multiple systems. Prepare for the third wave, he said. It will be our largest strike yet. The council will see humans as they truly are, strong, smart, and impossible to defeat. Clara adjusted weapon frequencies and shields. The fleet is ready. We can hit supply depots, defense stations, and communication arrays simultaneously. By the time they react, we will have already disappeared. Ethan grinned. And then we show them our final message for this strike. Humans are back. Earth is alive in spirit. The council cannot erase us again. The fleet moved with perfect timing. Every ship knew its role, every strike coordinated, every message precise. Supply hubs were destroyed, patrols were eliminated, and communication arrays were hacked to send a clear message. Humans had returned and would not be stopped. In one system, a council officer stared at the display in disbelief. They are organized. This is not random. This is strategy. Humans cannot exist, yet here they are. Another officer shook his head. It is impossible. We erased them. We destroyed their home planet. How is this possible? They are back, the first officer whispered. And they are stronger than we imagined. Back with the human fleet, Liam allowed himself a small smile. They are learning the truth, he said. Humans are not weak. Humans cannot be erased. Let them realize it now, and by the next strike they will understand fully. Hours later, the fleet returned to their hidden base. The human world was quiet, but the humans knew the galaxy had begun to notice. Their strikes had caused panic, confusion, and fear. The council no longer believed that humans were extinct. The galaxy had started to learn that humans were clever, strong, and capable of surprising even the most advanced civilizations. Liam gathered his officers. This is only the beginning, he said. They know we exist. They know we are capable. But they do not know our full strength. The next attacks will show them what humans can truly do. They will learn the truth and they will respect it. Clara nodded. The hybrid weapons performed perfectly. Every system we attacked showed weaknesses we can exploit further. We can strike again and be even more effective. Ethan leaned back, smiling. They think they are safe. They think they understand humans. They are about to learn they know nothing. The humans had waited 3,000 years. They had hidden, trained, and grown stronger. Now the galaxy would see them for what they truly were. Not weak, not primitive, and not gone. Humanity was alive, clever, and ready to take vengeance for every century of pain, fear, and loss. Liam looked out at the stars, thinking of the past and the future. The council had believed humans were gone. They had believed that Earth could be destroyed and forgotten. But humans had survived, humans had grown stronger, and humans had returned. The galaxy will remember us, he said quietly. It will remember Earth. And it will never forget the humans who came back for vengeance. The hidden fleet prepared for the next strike. Ships were repaired, weapons recalibrated, and plans refined. Every human alive knew their role. Every human understood the stakes. The council had been arrogant for too long. They had underestimated humans. That mistake would cost them dearly. In the darkness of space, the human fleet waited, ready and patient. The next attacks would be larger, smarter, and more devastating. The council had yet to see the full power of humanity, and when they did, the galaxy would never be the same again. The humans had returned and nothing would stop them. The council had been in chaos for days. Reports of human attacks continued to pour in from multiple systems. Supply hubs were gone, communication arrays were disabled, and minor fleets had been destroyed with incredible precision. Panic spread through the council capitals. They no longer laughed at the humans. They no longer dismissed stories of humanity's return as myths. They are everywhere, a council officer said, pacing. His voice shook with fear. How is this possible? Humans were destroyed. We wiped their planet from existence, yet here they are, stronger than ever. They are organized, another officer said quietly. Every strike is coordinated. Every attack is planned. This is not random. This is strategy. The council's fleets scrambled to respond. Ships were sent to intercept human vessels, patrols were doubled, and defenses were strengthened. Yet no fleet returned with success. Every attempt to fight humans ended in failure. Humans were faster, smarter, and more adaptable than anything the council had encountered. Far from the chaos in the hidden human world, Liam Carter stood on the observation deck of the command center. His eyes scanned the stars. Ships moved like shadows in space, cloaked and silent, ready for the final strike. Clara Hayes worked at her console, checking weapon systems. "All hybrid weapons are ready," she said. "We can hit multiple systems at once. The Council will see humans at full strength. They won't know what hit them." Ethan Brooks leaned against the console, a grin on his face. "This is it. The moment they finally see humans as we truly are, 3,000 years of waiting, and now the galaxy will remember us." Liam turned to his team. "The first strikes were warnings. The second strikes showed them we exist. Now we strike to prove humans are unstoppable. Every fleet, every station, every system that underestimates us will feel the power of humanity." The human fleet moved into position. Cloaked ships glided silently between stars, deploying scouts to map patrols, satellites, and defenses. Every ship was in its assigned place. Every attack was calculated. Humans had waited for 3,000 years for this moment. They would not fail. "Scouts report clear paths," Ethan said. "No patrols near the first targets. We can strike immediately." Liam nodded. "Good, launch the first wave." The fleet struck simultaneously in multiple systems. Supply hubs, communication arrays, and defense stations were destroyed with precision. Stealth drones disabled satellites, and hybrid weapons tore through defensive shields. The Council was caught off guard, unable to respond in time. Panic spread like wildfire. In one Council capital, alarms blared. Officers scrambled to response stations, but every fleet sent to intercept humans was destroyed or misdirected. "They are too clever," a Council officer shouted. "We cannot predict their attacks. How is this possible?" "They are humans," another whispered, "and they are stronger than we imagined. We thought they were extinct, but they were hiding. They have waited, prepared, and now they are back." Meanwhile, Liam watched the reports from the fleet. "They are panicking," he said quietly. "Exactly as planned. They think they can respond, but they cannot. Humans are stronger, smarter, and faster than anything they have faced." Clara's fingers flew across her console. "We've tested their defenses, exploited weaknesses, and adapted to their fleets. Every strike teaches us more. By the end of this campaign, the Council will understand the truth." Hours passed as the human fleet moved from system to system. Each strike was calculated, precise, and devastating. The Council was helpless, unable to stop the humans or predict their next move. Fear spread through every officer, scientist, and fleet commander. The humans had proven that they were not only alive, but far more powerful than anyone had imagined. In the Council's largest capital, a general banged his fists on the table. "We underestimated them," he shouted. "We thought they were extinct. We destroyed their home planet. How can this be? How can humans be back and so strong?" "They have been hiding," an advisor said. "They have been waiting, preparing, and training. They know our weaknesses. They know our tactics. This is no ordinary enemy. This is a species that survived extinction and came back stronger than ever." "They must be destroyed," the general shouted. "Send every fleet. Destroy them, show them humans cannot survive." Back with the humans, Liam watched the Council's reactions on the monitors. "They are reacting exactly as we expected," he said. "Fear, confusion, desperation, but it's too late. The Council cannot stop us now." Ethan grinned. "They've spent 3,000 years thinking humans are gone, and now they see the truth. Humans cannot be erased." Clara nodded. "We strike next at the largest Council fleets, their strongest ships, their strongest officers. This is when they will understand the full power of humanity." The human fleet moved again, this time targeting the Council's main fleets. Stealth ships infiltrated defensive formations, disabling sensors and communication links. Hybrid weapons tore through armor, and humans used clever tactics to outmaneuver larger and more advanced fleets. Every strike was precise, leaving no time for the Council to react. In the Council's command chambers, officers shouted at each other in panic. "They are everywhere," one yelled. "Every fleet we send is destroyed or misdirected. How is this possible?" "They are humans," another whispered. "They were thought extinct. They are clever, organized, and unstoppable. They have waited, and now they are here to reclaim what we took from them." On the human world, Liam smiled as he watched the final reports from the attacks. "The Council now knows we are not only alive," he said. "They know we are stronger than anything they expected." "Humanity cannot be stopped." Ethan leaned back in his chair. 3,000 years of hiding, training, and planning, and now the Council finally sees humans as they truly are. They thought they could erase us. They thought they could destroy Earth and forget us. They were wrong. Clara adjusted the fleet's weapons for one final display. "We will leave a message for the Council," she said. "A message they cannot ignore, proof that humans survived, that humans are strong, and that humans will not be forgotten again." Liam nodded. "Send it. Let them see everything. Let them understand that humans are back and will never be erased again." The message was simple but clear. Across Council systems, every station, fleet, and officer received it. A holographic projection of humans in their ships, standing proud, ready, and powerful. The fleet was vast, organized, and filled with hybrid weapons that no Council species had ever seen. It was proof that humans had not only survived but had grown stronger than any enemy. In the Council capitals, officers fell silent. They stared at the holographic message, unable to speak. Fear and awe filled the room. The general who had shouted just hours ago sat down, trembling. "They are humans," he whispered, "and they are stronger than we imagined." "They are back," another officer said quietly. "Earth they have not forgotten. Humanity has returned. And we underestimated them for 3,000 years." Back in the human command center, Liam turned to his officers. "This is the moment we waited for. The Council now knows that humans exist. They know that we are powerful. They know that they cannot erase us. The galaxy will never see humanity the same way again." Ethan smiled. "They will remember Earth, they will remember humans, and they will never underestimate us again." Clara added, "This is more than vengeance. This is proof that humans cannot be destroyed, that we survive, adapt, and overcome." The Council learned the truth today. The human fleet returned to its hidden world. Ships glided into orbit, engines humming softly. Families watched as the fleet returned, proud and safe. The humans had shown the galaxy their power, but they had done so with care, strategy, and precision. They had proven that humanity could not be erased, and that the Council had been wrong to think otherwise. Liam looked out at the stars, thinking of the future. The Council had been arrogant, cruel, and dismissive. They had believed that humans were gone. They had destroyed Earth, thinking it was the end. But humans had survived. Humans had grown stronger, and now the galaxy knew it. 3,000 years, he whispered. "We waited patiently, and now the galaxy will remember Earth and humanity. They will never forget us again." Ethan stood beside him. "They will try to fight back," he said. "But they will never win, not now, not ever. Humans are stronger than anyone thought." "They cannot be erased," Clara added, "and we will continue to grow, to learn, and to protect ourselves. The Council will respect us, or they will face the consequences. Humanity will not be ignored." The humans had returned from the ashes of their destroyed planet. They had waited 3,000 years, hidden, trained, and planned. Now they had struck back with precision, strategy, and power. The Council had learned the truth. Humans were clever, adaptable, and unstoppable. They had survived extinction, and they had returned for vengeance, and nothing could stop them. The galaxy would never forget humanity again. The stars stretched endlessly ahead, and the humans looked at them with pride. Every system they passed, every fleet they encountered, every Council officer who had doubted them would remember the lesson. Humans cannot be destroyed, humans survive, and humans always come back stronger. Liam turned to his officers one last time. "We have shown the Council the truth, but our work is not done. We must continue to protect humanity, grow stronger, and ensure that no one ever tries to erase us again. This is the start of a new era, an era where humans are respected, feared, and never underestimated." Ethan, Clara, and the other officers nodded. They had waited centuries for this day. Now the galaxy would see what humans were truly capable of, and humanity would never be forgotten again. Humans come back for vengeance 3,000 years after the Galactic Council wiped out Earth.